Oh no. Oh, I got saved. Okay. Does this guy... Does this thing give you like a vibe of Janemba from Final Fantasy? Final Fantasy 7? That's what this kind of sounds like in a way. I don't know why, it just gives me Janemba vibe. Not Janemba, Janemba. Honestly, I don't actually know because I've never really got there, but I have heard of the music and the name. Oh fuck. Oh my god. No. This thing is so hard to control. I think this one's a lot more on the inconsistent side than Sonic Generations, to be fair. Like, the jump is all over the place. It's either too floaty or too heavy. Sometimes you can't decide. Holy shit! Hey! I guess that makes sense. I would have preferred I am, but... Whoa, check this out!
I am nothing. I have surpassed you. Time to end this once and for all.
Wow. Epic. Oh fuck. I didn't see that coming. Oh crap. It's almost like a I don't know this thing I'm supposed to be doing, so like taking damage. Ah, fucked up. I saw a square, but I messed up. Go. Let's go. Oh fuck. I don't even know how you block that. I think this song actually fits well. To be fair. I prefer where I am, but I like how it fits well, to be fair.
Struggle all you want. It is meaningless.
Go.
Oh fuck me, I can't fucking control it. Ow. Ah, there we go. I messed up.
Struggle all you want. It is meaningless.
think you just have to get closer and then press X. Aha! Aha! I'll give you one.
Chaos control.
Oh, you scrub.
Your future is already decided. We will be one.
You chaos control, you scrub. Hit him, dude. Smash. Smash.
I will not be stopped.
You are dead. By a lesser form than he faced last time. Well, probably somewhat level. You know, because it's all a bunch of powers you've never used before. Eat this. I'm behind you. Eat it.
Cannot deny what you are. We are one and the same.
We're ready to do with the chaos symbol.
This is the destiny I choose.
Or just take the rings off your wrist, Shadow.
Now, to end this.
They do give you extra strength. Right.
I crafted everything up till now. And yet, you deny me!
See, dude.
Shadow,
See, dude. Dead. Again. Third Shadow Generations. Or D, because I sucked. Wow.
Nice work. Perfect timing, too. Sonic is getting ready to confront the monster that trapped us here. If I'm going to switch the emeralds without him noticing, we have to do it now.
Very well. I leave it to you.
Fair enough.
Okay. I'll take care of it.
Who knew that? You know, they only... Like,
Aren't
they had
you
the
coming?
fake one the whole
We
time.
might need your help.
I need to settle something first.
You do know classics with him, right?
Whatever.
Yeah, because they're gonna go, aren't they?
Shadow?
Because they're not they're supposed to be here. It's in the time anomaly and all
I
that.
knew you could do it.
Maria!
I'm okay. Really.
Professor, what's happening?
Yeah. Not supposed to
Without
be
Black
here.
Doom's influence, the time anomaly is beginning to heal. We are returning to our own point in time.
I'll stop Rouge. Use Chaos Control. Stop this moment in time.
Shadow? No. I don't want to be frozen in one place in time. Besides, your friends need your help.
But you don't know what's going to happen.
I know I'll see you again. And if fate draws us apart, I will always be in your heart.
Maria.
Damn.
Wait.
that fucking sucks. You know, because you just got them back. Yep. Makes sense. Damn. That's it. That was cool. So Ian Flynn was like the writer, story, and script. So obviously, wasn't he the IDW Comics dude? I think he might have been actually. So that name does ring a bell, I think. Wow. Well, I enjoyed this Shadow part a heck of a lot more than Sonic Generations. And like I said, I think that's mostly because with Sonic Generations, we had the original, right? Played it a bunch of times to get all the achievements and trophies and whatever. If you hunt that kind of stuff, if you're into that kind of stuff. And really, you play this version and nothing really much has changed. It's pretty much the same game with a graphical boost, different writing, and in some cases worse controls. Like, it's like I said a lot already. Like, Circuit Freak, it sounds familiar. A lot of these actually sound familiar. Like a lot of these names, I think the Quentin's is sound like familiar. I think they had a song in F1 2010. Actually, but yeah, like the controls in Generations original were like much worse than the original version. And it's like I said, this side is slightly better, but now it's like really floaty and loose. Like they couldn't find the perfect balance in the controls. But that would be really the only thing that would be a negative, really. And I brought it up a lot in Sonic Generations, that part. I brought it up a lot, really. I wonder if they could have just like I said, maybe they should have released this as Sonic Generations DLC for the original game. But I guess they couldn't really because Shadow Generations runs completely differently. It has the Frontiers open world kind of gameplay in the hub world, but the good thing about that is that you're not confined to it. Like the Frontiers gameplay is a big part of it. Like it's the biggest part of the main game, the Frontiers game. Whereas you're not really required to think about that a lot here. So that's why I kind of blasted through the levels. But yeah, I think this game is a lot better than the Generations game because there's nothing new in Generations. Generations is nothing new. It shouldn't really have been here, you know. But I guess to be fair, like I said, maybe that's a good thing because if they had released this as a DLC or like just a mini thing by itself, it probably would have been the same short length as Generations. Maybe they wanted to redo Generations a little bit just to kind of add some value, and maybe I understand that, but Generations has nothing new. You can literally skip it and you'd miss nothing. Like, there's nothing new. There's no... All of the new stuff is in this Shadow part, I guess. But, you know, still so many classic Sonic levels that Sonic could have done. Sonic Generations is a waste, really. Well, not entirely. I would say maybe about 70%. Because the writing changes are pretty decent. I like that. And the graphics are really nice. They really pop out nicely. And that's even for the Shadow part. The graphics are really good in this game. But with Sonic Generations, it's like they didn't add anything at all. They added it. Basically, they had Sonic Generations basically because this game is the same length and they wanted to kind of add a bit to it. If they released this on its own, people would have called it a Generations DLC. I still think it is a Generations DLC. But then again, maybe not, because like I said, it runs on a totally different gameplay style and engine to the original game, so maybe they couldn't do it. To me, this has a lot of Shadow the Hedgehog 2 in it. I think this was a Shadow the Hedgehog 2 sequel, where they didn't want to actually be a Shadow the Hedgehog 2 sequel, Shadow the Hedgehog sequel, and they added all the Sonic Generations parts for it. Because it wasn't the same length as the original Shadow the Hedgehog, which had a lot in it because the game was padded out because of 10 non-canon endings, but they basically didn't really have enough here to make like a Shadow Frontiers or a Shadow Generations. They kind of mixed both in, I guess. So in that account, it cannot be a DLC for the original Generations because it is very different in the Shadow gameplay. You know, the only thing really different about this generation to the original one is the writing. That's it. No new levels. The controls are somewhat worse, and you've played this already. You know. I love this Shadow part though. The Shadow part was great, but I think they just came to a conclusion that it wasn't going to be a big enough game on its own. So they decided to put Sonic Generations with it, and that's why it's called Sonic and Shadow Generations. Which works. That works. That works for me. It just would have been nice if Sonic Generations had a bit more done to it in level. You know, just like because I think was it Tom Brady's cousin Samuelus, I think, played a PC port which had like a mod which had like other levels in it or something like that. I liked it. I liked it though. I think the controls are worse, but it's not like Sonic has been, or Shadow have been controlling great for a long time, and this is a really abnormal kind of thing. You know, it's like completely like, what the fuck? You know, I've been playing 10 games and now he controls like shit. You know, this has been going since Sonic Forces. This is the exact control problems I had with Sonic Forces. Like, some aspects is too heavy and some aspects is too light. You can't get the middle ground. They still cannot get the middle ground in the controls, goddammit. But I enjoyed it. I think it's a solid 7 out of 10. And most of that 7 out of 10 is basically the Shadow score. Because Sonic Generations adds nothing. Apart from slightly different writing. Which is okay, I guess. Maria's precious as fuck. Maria Robotnik is now precious. She is in the precious category. They did really well with her, I think. I think seeing Gerald and Maria was probably the best part. You know, because they get a story all their own that you really wouldn't have got otherwise. So, is this worth your time? Yes, but only for this section. If you've played Sonic Generations, you can skip this. Really, you can skip it and you'd miss nothing. The real game is here. This is what this is. This is Shadow Generations. Sonic Generations, fuck that. You know, you're not getting anything new with this game at all, apart from slightly changed writing and in some cases worse controls. This is the game. This is the release. But it wasn't big enough to warrant its own release. They had to add some value to it and put Sonic Generations, basically Sonic Generations slightly remastered. That's what this game is. It's a remaster of Sonic Generations for some reason. Basically because they wanted to pad out the game time because this wasn't really long enough. Which is weird because the levels are really long and you get that level exploration. So maybe they could have just released this on its own. When you think about it, maybe this could have been a standalone release. I don't know. To me, it probably could just about make it because the levels are long and the hub world exploration is Frontiers based. So maybe in theory, maybe this could have been a standalone release and just you know, just not play this at all. Because like I said, with Generations, you're missing nothing. So I would say, wait for a price drop and just play Shadow Generations, honestly. It's a solid game. It's a solid game. I enjoyed the Shadow Generations much more than the Sonic Generations. That's only because I've already played Generations and there's nothing new and the controls are slightly worse. Not to say that this game's levels were, like, controls were perfect. They weren't. They were the other side. They were already slippy and slippy on shoes controls. And the jump is floaty as hell. So, like I said, they couldn't find the middle ground. They had to go both extremes. Like, really? Do you know what? I will say this. If I can draw one conclusion, this is a DLC for Sonic Generations that we had to wait 12 years for because it wouldn't have worked in the original Generations game. That's what this was. This is a DLC for Sonic Generations that we had to wait 12 or so years for because they couldn't do it with the original Generations. So I enjoyed it, don't get me wrong, but you know, like, it's just with Generations they didn't add anything, dude. They didn't, and they made the controls slightly worse. So Sonic Generations, just completely skip it. I'm being serious. You can skip this game. It's not here. This is what it's about. You know? I enjoyed it as an overall experience despite the controls, but I really feel this was the focus. But because it wasn't long enough, they had to get some value out of it and put Sonic Generations Remastered, which is a great idea. And they didn't sell it for do you know what? Now when I think about it, maybe I'm being a bit harsh. Because they didn't sell it at a full game price. This was a discounted title for £45 on Steam, which is actually good value for your money, believe it or not. So even though I say that, maybe when it comes down to it, all the choices were the right choices. You know, put Sonic Generations Remastered in there to give it some value, but don't increase the price because of that. They did really well with that now that I'm thinking about it, you know? Now that I'm thinking about it, yeah. I'd probably still wait for a price drop and just focus on this game because, like I said, Sonic Generations doesn't add anything, really. But at least everything in about this was sensible from a pricing standpoint. And I really enjoyed the Shadow part. This felt like Shadow the Hedgehog 2. It really did. It really did feel like Shadow the Hedgehog 2. Even though it really, canonically, it wasn't really. You know, because Black Doom's appearance was only really because of the time eater. Or was he actually a part of that? Was Black Doom kicking us off in the begin with? Or was it actually because of the time eater? You only really saw Black Doom... No! Black Doom was in Space Colony Art, wasn't he? Huh. I mean, it was around the Generations timeline, so you probably could draw that other conclusion as well. So, I'm looking at this hedgehog here on the Steam store. Is that Shadow's original design? Because it was. I definitely prefer the current one. But yeah, Sonic Generations and Sonic and Shadow Generations is a decent game. A decent game. It is good bang for your buck for 45 or 40 or whatever it is. Don't pay anything more than that, I would say. I don't know what it is on console, but if it's anything over 40 or 45, I wouldn't buy it because I don't think Generations adds enough to warrant it, but at the same time, Shadow Generations probably makes up for it. Like I said, Shadow Generations couldn't really be its own game because it wasn't really long enough, I guess. It felt like a DLC. That's why I say that. That's why I say that it felt like a DLC to Sonic Generations, because essentially it is. But they couldn't do it because of the style. The style of this game is Frontiers mixed with classic Sonic or Shadow gameplay. So they did the right thing there. And you could even skip all the level hunt, like the treasure hunting stuff and the collectible stuff. You can even skip it, which was nice. I liked that. So I could just play through the game and not have to worry about the collector farm, like Frontiers is. And like I said, for the Frontiers, that would make it probably very difficult playthrough to do in that instance. But maybe I'll try that one day. I haven't bought it yet. But yeah. Anyway, in summary, after a very long-winded outro, I liked it. I really enjoyed it, despite the controls on being on both sides of the line or the spectrum, whatever. But I really enjoyed it overall. I enjoyed the Shadow part a lot more than the Sonic part because the Sonic Generations part doesn't really add much. So Shadow Generations was really the thing here. But I enjoyed it nonetheless. That was great. Made me want to play Sonic 06 and Sonic Heroes again, especially since Metal Overlord and what I made of wasn't destroyed. Yes, they actually did okay with it and didn't destroy it and turned it into a techno trap like Open Your Home was. So that made me happy. Anyway, definitely worth, I would say, anything around the £40 mark. And I think with that in mind, they did that right. Obviously, there's a deluxe edition where you get all the deluxe edition content, but I didn't really care about any of it, so I didn't buy it. But yeah, a solid 7 out of 10 for this game. I don't really give review scores, I'm just saying as like a general feel. But yeah, it's a solid outing, but it's just a shame that Generations adds nothing. Well, Sonic Generations anyway. Anyway, I'll be out for this playthrough. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you for the next statement that comes out. So then, guys, you all know what to do. Follow, subscribe, like the videos, and all that good stuff. I'll see you next time. Mr. Mickey Mouse signing off. Peace out, stay safe, and stay awesome.